Hey, welcome in everybody. I'm back with another really high quality teaching point in the market for you guys. Obviously, this is going to be based on the trade that I have displayed on the screen here that I took with you guys live. You can't long in a premium. Have you heard this before? Yes, it's true. You don't want to long in a premium unless you have narrative, context, and an edge that backs you doing that. I had that today. Let's talk about it. So again, here are my executions. We're really talking about a 70-point trade here, nothing light. Bought in at around 25,850, got out 921. Aside from that, let's talk about the elephant in the room here, okay? We obviously had a huge rush to the upside, right? Really aggressive bullish movement. How was I able to capitalize on this? Instead, not gambling, not lucky guessing, not a hunch, nothing, none of that, right? A true systematic way of approaching the market when it's ultra bullish, right? And not trying to pick the top, because if you do that on ultra bullish aggressive days like this with a high quality draw above, you're going to get smoked. Okay. So with that said, before I even show you all the good stuff, let's just go out to the higher time frame. Okay. This right here, it all starts here. Okay. The most important part of this trade was easily identifying this old key daily high as a major draw on liquidity. And why is that? Well, number one, let's go out even further. Ever since we sold off, I want you guys to think about this. Ever since we sold off from January 29th, right? We had the huge sell-off, dumps, and then obviously we rally in the direction of that. Once we get this huge aggressive movement towards some type of dump that generated highs, I'm immediately looking at the lowest hanging fruit high that was left behind from this sell-off. So we have highs here, we have another high here, we have another lower high here, and this was the last high that was created before we created that last portion of the dump. Couple that with it being an actual old key daily high. These are literally going to be your best draws on liquidity ever. Old key daily highs and lows. Very simple, okay? Just like old weekly high and lows. You're going to find your best model 4 and 3s surrounding that. Along with this being an old key daily high and what I just explained from the sell-off, there's one more thing that makes it even more high quality. Like, oh, how is this guy so, convinced in this being the draw? And he was so confident that he even bought with a live account up into it. I'm about to show you right now. Not only the stuff I just told you previously, but let's take a look at when this high actually formed. Your New York session is from 9:30 to 11:10. What's the high that's formed up in here, guys? Right here. It's an old time-based New York session high. Okay, it was formed in New York session of January 30th. That is classified as a time-based key pool of liquidity, old key daily high. So to recap, it being a literal old key daily high, it also being an old New York high, so it's time-based, and it being the lowest swing high in that from this down move. Real big sauce right there, guys. Do not let that go over your head, because this is the easiest way to find the highest effective draws on liquidity. Now this is where things get interesting, okay? I was fully prepared to miss this move, have nothing to do with it, and move on to the next day. So here's when it gets really good. We have the Model 4 target staring us right in our face. I already explained why this level is so highly effective, right? So with me knowing that, I'm going to do everything to look to get in sync with that and buy up into it rather than trying to pick the top, right? I'm not even going to consider shorts if we didn't reach this high yet, okay? Why was I confident in this retrace here? Very simple. We were part of a ultra bullish market. It was way too strong. It's not going to have the ability to have these huge retraces on days like this. There's many days that I've seen perform just like this. This is the market profile that we're a part of. Ultra low resistant to the upside. So I'm going to show you how I capitalize on that. Obviously, it's called something like a model number 4 that I teach. So let's break down the mechanics. Number 1, we drive up, and then we form a double top and sell off. This was my first selling point on me really being invested in a potential long, because we specifically generated another form of obviousness. Remember what I talked about in the last video? It generated another set of obvious stacked highs right here. right? It created the double top just below that Model 4 target if it didn't want to make it even more obvious. So the fact that it created the double top and then dropped off, right? There's two key things going on here when it dropped off. Number one, it hit the FOMO candle of death activation point. What does that mean? Well, today, typically I utilize FOMO candle activation point at 9:30 a.m. and the low after it. But today, we had 10 a.m. news. So what I do is I disqualify 9:30 a.m., especially if we're expanding like crazily today. I'm going to recalibrate at that 10 a.m. opening. Now I'm looking, oh man, this is the good stuff. What are the first key significant lows that were formed after that 10 a.m. expansion, right? It's clearly showing me this thing is overwhelmingly bullish, especially when it expands out of 10 a.m. It doesn't even manipulate. Price rushes higher. Oh, there's that first swing, though, that was created after 10 a.m. We rise up, create that double top, which gives me more confidence in it keeping on higher. Drives down, hits that first swing low after 10 a.m. FOMO candle of death activation point. Boom. Mic drop. Now, what actually makes this a model number 4 is obviously with the FOMO candle of death activation point. Look at this cool little guy we have right here. This is great stuff, isn't it, guys? 15 or an hourly fair value gap. In this case here, there was obviously a 15-minute gap. Oh, but what about the lower one? Guys, my job is not to predict which gap we're going to use. If it delivers into a gap, there's narrative and context followed by the expansion at the correct timing, it's good to go. It doesn't need to drop down in there. Why? I already explained why. It's an ultra low resistance bullish profile today. So here we are, guys. 15-minute candle delivered. Now what do we look for? A clear change in the state of delivery. What was the down candle here, guys, that delivered the activation point? Oh, here you go. Man, this isn't really feeling too complicated anymore, is it, guys? Look, you're not going to have a 100% win rate, but this stuff works way more times than it fails, okay? Here's your clear change of state delivery. Already explained why these are really, really, really strong draws in the market, and here we are. Clear change of state delivery. Oh, but there wasn't multiple gaps. Okay. Was it Futures Racer and a few other guys? I hear you, man. I hear you. Let me break this down for you, okay? Let me break this down for you. First of all, everything that I just explained, right? Everything that I just explained is like the core of what I was looking for. Like, that's the most important part. The light bulb expansion, that's just like, you know, when I look to enter, right? That's like the final little piece of the puzzle, right? So here we are. Drives up, creates this fair value gap here. Oh, but there's not two. Let me show you something. There's two reasons why I did not need a technical 2 fair value gaps here in this example. Number one, we had a clear change of the state of delivery, which is a core element of a light bulb expansion, right? After we hit the activation point, we had a smooth, solid body down candle. We immediately with force, as soon as we hit that activation point, not just off some random level, we didn't bounce off some randomness, right? We bounced assertively off the FOMO candle of death activation point above that opening price of the solid body down candle. That's number one. Number two, we created this gap here, right? Let's take a look at the regular NASDAQ. Okay. You guys like to use your SMTs. This is the same way, kind of same deal where I'm utilizing and watching all the assets. I'm not just looking at one, right? As you can see, NASDAQ created multiple gaps. And what pieces together, again, was that clear change of state delivery with it creating those multiple gaps. Beautiful expansion, right? Now, you can get your ass kicked on setups like this by micromanaging, which is why I walk you guys through so many trades live, right? Telling you, hey, man, be calm, deep breaths, don't micromanage, let it do its thing. Because sometimes you get hit with nasty retraces like this. It's natural. It's a normal thing. It's not like you're not going to just shoot straight up from your entry. It's unrealistic. So if you're getting a little bit of profit and then you're already like trying to choke your trade to death, you're not going to capture the Model 4 target usually, right? So what did I do? I took my long position, right? I mean, let's just bring the executions back out, right? Simple enough, right? Bring the executions back out. Here it is. I entered saw it shifted above this down candle here, re-enter because I'm getting good feedback immediately out of my trade, right? It didn't keep dumping here. It gave me immediate good feedback. So that gave me confidence to add more contracts. Oh, right, added more here. Oh, and then we got another rush above, and we got another gap, right? This was my last add-in that I allowed myself. Why? Because we had another expansion towards the key draws, creating another gap. I'm going to add more every time, especially if I'm really confident in it, right? I'm going to add more there. Why? Because we have yet to reach any type of key highs, okay? And we still have work to do. So, you know, I took the trade for a reason because I think these targets are going to be smashed. Goes without saying. Now, let's say that this continued on here from here and then just smash this high. Can I add more then if it creates a gap? No. Okay, at that point, that's not good management. But the fact that we had yet to reach even these highs here, that's why I was confident to add in there, okay? With that said, did my stop loss move at all? Nope. No stop loss movement was valid at all, unless we were, you know, smashing above these highs here. Whenever we smashed above these highs right here, guys, right? When we smashed above them right there, boom, hit them. There you go. Break even. Simple. Because why? Because we hit really key highs. If it hits these key highs, there's no reason to reverse at all. It needs to just pump right to the target, right? And it consolidated a little bit, then eventually pump. But notice there was no crazy retrace, right? So if we're pumping above the first level of key highs, your first target, again, that's when you can, you know, take risk off the table, do whatever you want. But as you can see here, let's say that you just saw this little pump, saw it reverse a little bit, you got scared because maybe you don't have enough reps yet, which, you know, it's fine. You know, we all started somewhere. And maybe you want break even too early, you got break even, and then went right to your target. Guess what? We've all done it. I've done it so many times, I can't even remember, man. You learn from it. You journal it, and you move accordingly the next time. Final piece to this, guys, okay? I hope you guys are still here, because if you are, you're truly really just, I mean, you're learning really high quality stuff. I mean, you're going to appreciate it or you won't. Where's the correct stop placement? This here was the correct stop loss placement. Let me show you. Boom. This here covers both the gaps that were created, and then it also covers that 5-minute change in the state of delivery. So 3 really key levels covered. Giving it some breathing room. You're not choking the trade. You're not having this ultra tight stop loss. You can't have these tight stop losses, guys. You can't. Okay, you gotta accept the risk and put it accordingly. Okay, and honestly, this stop loss here was honestly really good. I mean, it was only 35 points. Okay, but as long as it covered those down candles and the 2 gaps, good to go. Okay, and that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, no need to overcomplicate it and try to incorporate all this, you know, nonsense like, oh, here was a suspension block here, and look at this inversion, and look at this. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all she wrote. Hope you guys really learned something out of this. I did drop some sauce here, so, I mean, definitely take notes. And, yeah, see you guys in the next one. God bless.